NHL players by the decade, Joe Sakic. Joe Sakic is one of the best players in NHL history. He is also one of the best leaders in NHL history. Sakic played for 21 years in the NHL with the Colorado-Quebec franchise. Sakic was one of the most productive forwards in the game. He scored 50 goals 2 times and earned at least 100 points in 6 different seasons. His wrist shot was considered one of the best in NHL history. It was the source of most of his production, and goalies around the league feared this shot. Starting in the 92-93 season, Sakic became the sole captain of the Quebec Nordiques. Under his leadership, the Nordiques made the playoffs for the first time in 6 years and set a franchise record for wins and points. Sakic led the Colorado Avalanche to its first Stanley Cup, scoring 120 points in the regular season and also had 34 points in 22 playoff games. Joe Sakic led the Avalanche to 2 Stanley Cups, one in '96 and the other in 2001. He was named the most valuable player of the '96 playoffs. On December 27, 1999 against the St. Louis Blues, Joe Sakic became the 56th player in NHL history to reach 1,000 career points. Sakic was the 11th player to reach 1,500 points, doing so with an assist against the Washington Capitals. At the end of the 08-09 season, he was 8th all-time in points in the NHL. Joe Sakic scored 40 goals and 100 points in 5 different seasons. Joe Sakic was 14th all-time in goals and 11th all-time in assists. In his 21-year career with the Nordiques and Avalanche, Sakic nearly obtained all of the franchise scoring records. Sakic has the most goals, assists, and points in franchise history. He has 625 goals, 1,016 points, and 1,641 points. He also holds the franchise record for most games played with 1,363 games. Joe Sakic is also one of the clutchest players in NHL history. In 172 playoff games, he scored 84 goals and 188 points. Joe Sakic is one of the greatest winners and leaders of all time. That is why Joe Sakic is a player who represents a decade. On the next NHL Players by the Decade, Steve Yzerman.